Evening, everybody.
Happy Sunday, everybody. Hope you're all having a great weekend. We have had a very uneventful weekend for the first time in a very long time.
Yes.
Nick and Jean-Luc have sat down in front of the TV and worked on Kickstart stuff and nothing else, and
Yeah.
watched TV and enjoyed ourselves at home all
I
weekend.
slept.
Nick has slept a lot.
My
Yes.
throat's finally feeling
Better?
better. I've had a few days of it felt like glass shards were in my throat constantly, so I've been taking a lot of Motrin and Tylenol and sleeping a lot trying to get through it. And now I'm finally feeling like I'm getting to the other side. So this week we should be back to
And I only have a runny nose. That's all I have is a runny nose, but I had that before. So
be careful.
I'm like fingers crossed that I have stuff that I need to get done at work this week. So as long as I can make it to Tuesday, past Tuesday, I'm good.
So tonight we have our first Sunday chat in a long time because we're finally home. We're also going to have one next Sunday, so we're going to be around a bit more going forward. Since winter's coming, we tend to hibernate in the winter, so we will be off on Sundays more often. This Tuesday we have a special guest, Adrienne Everix is coming. Talk about that in a bit. And this Thursday we're going to be in the kitchen doing a superhero club.
Superhero club.
For those of you wondering about Shepherd's Pie last week, I was way too sick for us to do cooking, so we are going to be rescheduling that to in the future. There's already put it somewhere on the schedule. It's coming up. You'll see it appear on your calendars on the dashboard when it's comes up. I think it's going to be November 6th.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Yes. And we are so excited to see that there are 73. Is that what you said?
79.
79 diamond status members already of Kickstart right now, which is absolutely amazing. We are very, very proud of everyone. It doesn't matter where you fall, what status you're at, because we know not everybody tracks right away. Some people come back and track a little bit later, which is completely fine. But it's great to see how many of you are so committed to yourselves. It's really nice to see.
And there's been a new addition to your trackers and to your dashboards. Now you guys see everywhere you go, you see what you're missing. So if you're going anywhere, you're like, oh, I missed a date. Okay, I'll just submit it then. I guess I missed one. And we also had an issue this weekend with the submissions. A lot of people submitted stuff that didn't get through. So if you've noticed that, hey, I submitted something, it hasn't come through, that's because there was issues this weekend that I had to fix.
I was one of them. I'm like, I submitted on Tuesday. Why wasn't it there? He's like, that was the day.
So if you guys go on the dashboard now, if you scroll on, you'll see at the top, it shows you, right away what you're missing right when you log on your daily guide, on your dashboard, on your scorecard, on your tracker page, everywhere you go now, it shows you your ID, what dates you've missed on your tracker, and your Kickstart score and level. So hopefully that'll help you guys with finding the days that you're missing.
That's also where your weight is at if you put your weight into the actual tracker.
I see people submitting their trackers now. So good job on that, everybody.
Excellent.
So there's 79. There was 62 this morning, and since I reran the process, we're now at 79. So 17 of you submitted your trackers to caught up today. And what's also the end of the month is coming. So end of October is coming up in this week, this Friday.
My God, October 21st is on Friday.
So Halloween's this Friday.
WTW.
And so on Friday means this is the end of the month. So the contest for Kickstart Level Diamond contest for you to win a $15 Amazon gift card means you got to get all your trackers in by October 5th. For the month of October and September now. So you got to catch up everything that's listed in that box. If you want to be in the draw, you got to catch up on those submissions and you'll be in the draw. Just another incentive. You'll also notice on the main dashboard, the top 25 is there now. So if you go on your main dashboard page, at the top, it lists the top 25 Kickstart scorers. So those are the people that have submitted, been able to submit their commitments the most, have participated the most in daily activities. So that's what that shows you. And it doesn't show you your name, it shows you your Kickstart ID. And I can show you that right now. Voila. Here's what it looks like. It says top 25 Kickstarters. It shows an ID and the score. So you guys can see who the top 25 are. Again, that's a new addition, along with what I was saying a few seconds ago.
Did you notice something? And the top is 464, and the bottom of the 25 is 364. It's like 100 points difference, which is crazy. I don't know why I noticed that right now.
And also at the top, as I was saying, this at the top, you now see all of your stats right here. So if you're missing submitting anything, you'll see it'll say track your dates minutes. I have none. I caught up today, so I'm also a diamond. So but I was silver 2 days ago. So it happens to all of us.
It does. It does happen. Exactly.
So that's some changes on the dashboard. Keep going strong. You guys are doing great. This is a hard time of the year. This is one of the hardest times of the year with the sun going down earlier.
The season's changing, the weather's changing, although we've had some really nice weather, we can't complain. Even this weekend hasn't been well, we haven't been outside much, mind you. But
I've been resting a lot.
When I've been outside, because I went out on Friday to pick up some groceries and stuff. It wasn't actually, that was yesterday. My goodness, I thought it was Friday. It was yesterday. It wasn't that terrible, actually. It wasn't too bad. So, and on another note, what are we talking about tonight? It is Sunday night, and we always are going to have a topic of some kind to talk about when we don't have a guest. And I think this topic comes in at the perfect time right now, because it's about how important it is to overcome this whole idea of what self-sabotage is.
Yeah, so whether you're brand new, you've done Kickstart before, chances are you've had those moments where you get in your own way. Maybe you skip your tracker. Maybe, you start dropping some commitments here and there.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe you're like, I'll start on Monday again. We've all done it.
Yeah.
We've done it the last little few, this week. Jean-Luc and I, should we order out? Yeah, I guess we should. We had some Chinese food yesterday, right? Yesterday.
Yeah.
So, and you guys, we're honest with you guys. We don't lie. We don't lie to you guys. This is why we do this with all of you, because we understand our struggles are your struggles, and so we struggle just along with all of you on our journey.
Exactly, but we want to talk about this whole concept of self-sabotage and what it actually is. Okay, so the first thing is, I want all of you to realize that self-sabotage is not about laziness or failure. I think we need to remove that stigma. We automatically all think, oh, I just sabotaged myself, I'm so lazy, or oh my God, I'm such a failure because I didn't do this. No, most of the time, when we self-sabotage ourselves, it's about protecting ourselves, okay? You might be protecting yourself from failure or protecting yourself from success, maybe. Because a lot of us are prohibiting ourselves from being successful because it's that whole idea, of being afraid of being uncomfortable. Being afraid of not being what we actually can be.
Sometimes sabotage is sneaky. It shows up in different ways. Sometimes it's, you start reaching a goal, and in your mind, you're almost self-sabotaging, saying you don't deserve to reach that goal.
Yeah, like you don't believe you're actually doing it. So instead of being proud of yourself, you're like, oh my God, I really didn't do it.
And I'll apply it to not just weight loss. Apply it to like a job, or even singing. Jean-Luc's a perfect example. He'll downplay his skill before he sings all the time. I've been with him 17 years. About 75% of the time, when he was about to go up and sing during karaoke, he says, oh, my voice isn't that great tonight. I'm going to sound terrible. Then he goes up, sings, he gets all the applause, and he forgets that he had that moment before. Self-sabotage. You are telling yourself before you're about to reach a goal or about to achieve something, you diminish yourself or attack your skills because you think you're not worthy enough of reaching that applause or that recognition.
And it's that protection as well, because if you don't do well, then you can be like, well, I already knew I wasn't going to do well anyways.
Yeah.
Right? So that whole idea of making an excuse and protecting yourself and making it justify by already saying, well, I knew I wasn't going to do that well anyways, right? We're trying to justify ourselves. But
water, delicious.
The problem isn't the actual slip up, okay? That's not the problem. It's the story we actually tell ourselves after we do that, right?
Yeah.
Instead of self-sabotaging us, that's what makes us spiral, is as soon as we see either that moment of a weakness on ourselves or that moment of success and we don't know how to feel about it, we spiral into that loophole of continuous shaming ourselves.
Another thing could be that we sometimes set ourselves up for failure. So from the get-go, we set ourselves some goals that are too lofty because we know we're never going to try to achieve that goal.
Right.
We're going to say, oh, I'm going to lose 100 pounds. Yeah, I'm going to lose 100 pounds in 3 months. That's the goal. And then you get there and say, "Yeah, I knew I would make it. I knew I wouldn't do it." See, like I never make these goals.
Yes, I never achieve these goals. These
Yeah.
goals are never. I never, because you know what? We often don't set ourselves up for success. We often, without even realizing it, sometimes set ourselves up for failure. So what happens is we have to look deeper as to why do we sabotage ourselves? Why? Because of fear of failure. We're afraid to fail. We're afraid to fail. So if we self-sabotage, we're already ready to fail before it actually even happens.
I say this all the time. It's a protection thing. As humans, we often go to the worst case scenario. You know, someone calls you, you know, the bank calls you. "Oh my God, my mortgage is payment's late." Or, you know, your boss says you're gonna have a meeting tomorrow. "Oh my God, I'm getting reprimanded for something. What did I do wrong?"
How often do we go to the wrong before we go, "Oh my God, I'm going to get pulled into the office tomorrow to be told how great I am.
I'm getting promoted tomorrow. I'm getting called in for a promotion tomorrow." Yeah.
I should say never. Rarely as humans do we do that, but maybe we need to start doing that more often.
Well, we self-protect ourselves. That's why. Because, you know, in any situation as a human, if you were driving down the street and, you know, I always say this, you're driving down the street and a car's coming up to you, a nice red Corvette. Your first thought is, "Oh, so pretty," and then you get hit by the car. That's not really good for, you know, survival of the species. You know, we want to survive. So we tend to look at situations with the worst case as humans to protect ourselves so that we can get ready to, you know, fight or flight. That's what we're always ready to get ourselves to do.
We also sabotage often because we have low self-esteem of ourselves, where we don't really
believe in ourselves.
Believe that we can accomplish things, or we're stressed, we're exhausted, we're fatigued, or we have way too many decisions on our plate. We have to make too many decisions all the time. So a lot of times that's and we put ourselves in a lot of these situations, right? It's sometimes they come up without any explanation, but a lot of times we put ourselves in these situations where we're either overloading ourselves, and we know it. We do it to ourselves all the time. We were booked every single weekend for the last 2 months nonstop. We did it and we enjoyed every moment of it, but then what happens?
Hey, my body held out at least.
Nick held out throughout it, but then he gets sick. But did we self-sabotage? No. You know what? We didn't allow ourselves. You know what? I'm not going to lie. In the last 2-3 days, there's been moments of thought of, why am I even doing this anymore? But then I go back and I'm like, I'm doing it because it means something to me. I'm doing it because I'm important. I'm doing it because I feel good about myself when I get my little check mark off in my book. I'm doing it because I feel amazing when I see that I'm at 293 or 4 days on my Shape-Up consistently, that I haven't given that up. I'm doing it because I'm so proud of myself that I've read 2 books. 2 books. This is in the last 35 days, I've listened to 2 books by doing my 15 minutes a day. I've never done that in a long time. So again,
diamond, that's all I care about.
Thinking of those little things are what are making me keep going. So start looking at those little things that you're doing that you haven't done before.
Right? I like that. I like being diamond. I was telling him, I wish I can change your names for the tournament. Like, there's a diamond appears beside your name. You know, like Donna Diamond.
So one thing
I wish I could figure that out, but I don't know how. So I'll someday, maybe someday.
I think what's really important to notice is the patterns that you go through.
Yeah.
And knowing that when you create a pattern, you can interrupt it. You can interrupt your pattern, okay? And how do you interrupt your pattern? Or what are actually, before you even interrupt your pattern, you need to figure out what your triggers are.
Yeah.
Right?
So what causes you to
self-sabotage?
What causes you to start leading towards self-sabotage? So,
or making you go off track, as we all like to call it. I'm going to use it what we all call it.
So is it emotional stress?
Yeah.
Is it you're not sleeping enough? Could it be that your routine is not set out? Maybe your commitments are too lofty
or vague.
Maybe you don't have any support system. Maybe you need some sidekicks, you know? Maybe you're comparing yourself to someone else.
Maybe you have to have more compassion for yourself.
So all these things are known triggers for ourselves. I know like one of my triggers is when I start seeing I'm reaching a number I'm gonna get to, that I've been trying to get to, my brain goes to, oh my God, let's celebrate. Yay, chips and cheese for everyone. That's where my brain goes. And I need to stop thinking that, because that's what happens all the time for me. It's like I go to a party right away and then I'm like, but you're not there yet, but that number is coming. It's like I'm 0.5 away. Yeah, let's celebrate. right now. And then I eat a bag of chips and cheese, and then I'm like, oh, damn it. I was almost there. And then you go back into that self-sabotage, like, oh, you'll never get there. And then you keep talking negatively and you start gaining more weight because you're so down on yourself. And then that's when the snowball effect happens.
Exactly. But knowing that you can catch yourself by interrupting that spiral and actually breaking the pattern of self-sabotage. And here are a few things or tools that maybe can help you actually identify when you are self-sabotaging. And we like to call it nuts. N-U-T-S. Nuts. Right?
Nuts.
Okay. First one is name it. Name it when you see it. Call it a spade a spade. If you are seeing that moment of self-sabotage, saying, this is self-sabotage, say it out loud. I know it sounds silly, but when you do the silly things like that, it really...
He came up with this.
It creates that whole that little moment in your mind going, okay, yeah, this, or, and then another thing is use a mantra.
So that's you.
That's your you. Use a mantra. I don't need to be perfect. I just need to show up.
That's what Kickstart's all about.
That's what this is all about. There's no such thing as perfection. Perfection does not exist. Okay? We say beauty is in the eye of the beholder, but perfection is in the eye of the beholder, because what's perfect to you might not be perfect to me. And what's perfect to somebody else might not be perfect for them. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that. The T in nuts stands for take a pause.
Why wouldn't it be P?
Because it's take a pause. It's not just pause, it's take a pause. And noops wouldn't have made sense. Just wouldn't have had the same effect. Go for a walk. Breathe. When you go back, when you come back to that moment, after you go for your walk or you take that pause, come back with intention. Come back with, what's my next step? What am I going to do next? Which is, what's the next step? But do the tiniest step. Shrink that next step, which stands for the S. So shrink your next step. Just go back and look at those commitments and say, okay, how can I do one of these commitments right now? One that maybe I've been skipping on a regular basis.
Well, one of mine is tomorrow at 6 a.m. and we are trying to get up for step tomorrow.
We are going to push ourselves. That means we are going to bed very early.
We're going to bed early tonight.
Early.
And we are planning to get up because we both have been wanting to do this for a long time. And we're not going to wait. So we're going to start tomorrow and see, as you know, try to take it one day at a time. But we can't start if we don't start.
But one of our favorite things to even suggest to every single one of you, and a lot of you are already doing it. You're already doing it. We see it all the time. It's reaching out to your sidekicks, reaching out to the community, jumping on Facebook and posting in the private group, jumping on the website and posting how you're feeling. And honestly, self-sabotage comes in all sorts of forms, shapes, and sizes. We all do it. No one is, what's the word I'm looking for?
I don't know, because I'm laughing because Barb here says I will forever remember nuts. That's not nuts, it's nuts.
I'm letting him write all this everything from now on.
No, I love it. I love it.
You don't.
I
You're
love
sabotaging me.
I'm sabotaging you, not self.
You're sabotaging me.
Yeah, sabotage.
So I guess from now on, Nick is writing everything.
No,
I'm
not. I'm
so
not.
just remember that you can find the way. You can find your way back. You're never too off track to find your way back.
And the tips to come back from when you're having those moments of self-sabotage or thinking of self-sabotaging yourself are the same ones we talked to you guys a few weeks ago about how, stopping yourself from overeating or snacking.
Yeah.
It's the same ideas. You'll see they'll come up over and over again. A lot of us tend to want to do this alone. And I get it, be a lone wolf. I can do this. I'm on my own. I can tackle any mountain. But the thing is that a lot of the times when we get to a point where we're our lowest and we can't continue, when you don't have that extra person, sometimes that extra person is what really gets you out of that hole. So that's why tonight we're saying, all those conversations we've had in the past about how do you help yourself when you're about to have a binge, when you're about to self-sabotage yourself. when you're about to throw in the towel on that Zumba class that you don't want to do anymore because you're not good at it. You know, when you're about to have those things, remember, you're not here to be perfect. You're here to do something to improve your life and to reach out to your support group, which is right here today is Kickstart. You know, your community's there. Post on the dashboard. Post on the Facebook dashboard has been great. I love seeing people's postings, people writing stuff that they're struggling with. You know, I'm reading it. Some people, I added stuff to make it, you know, so I read, I'm like, oh, that's a good idea. Maybe I should put that. And I play around with stuff and I publish it. So people freak out because they see their things disappear, and because Nick's working on stuff in the background. So, but yes, you know, you're not giving up on yourself. You're showing up every day, and that's the reason why, the number one reason why we're so adamant about tracking. You know, Jean-Luc and Nick were adamant we hated tracking when we were Weight Watchers. We were huge. People who know us, who've known us for all these years, know that was the bane of our existence. Tracking was one of the things that we hated doing because we were told how to track. Now that we are tracking our own way, and all that we're saying is that we're submitting our online check boxes every day.
It works for us.
It works for us. And so if all you're doing every day is just showing up and checking that first box and you don't click off anything else because that's too much work for you, that's all you need to do. Because all we want you to do every day is by going and tracking and submitting your tracker every day is by saying, all right, these are the 10 things I'm supposed to be working on. But I'm not working on them today because I'm struggling. I want to take a break. So tomorrow I'll work on them again. So the next day you go back again. You say, you know what, today I'm still not feeling it, but I know they're still there. And for 105 days, you're being reminded every day that you're trying to work on something. And that's why we have you track every day.
And I actually want to add to something Nick said there. He said, we want you to go back to look at your tracker and say, these are the 10 things I'm supposed to be working on. I want you to change that because it's not true. These are the 10 things, and this is the sentence that I think we all should be saying. These are the 10 things that I personally chose myself that I want to be working on. No one's telling you what to do. These are 10 things or 5 things or 4 things, whatever you've picked that works along with your lifestyle right now, that you've chosen because you see that if you do these small 10 things for the next 105 days, you will benefit from it. You will benefit from it. You might not know how yet. You might not know exactly when it's all going to come to, but you will benefit from doing these small little things as consistent as you can, as perfect as you can.
And that's why we've been slowly tweaking things and making things a little easier for you guys, because we understand the number one thing we want you guys to do every day is have top of mind that you are your number one person. You are the person that's most important. These 10 commitments, or 5 or 6 or 2 or 1, whatever you suggested or taken for yourself, are 10 things that you're saying that I'm going to work on myself. And so we just want you every day to have these things top of mind, because you know what? As life goes on, especially this fall, this is the worst time of year for making us ourselves be the last person. We're all taking care of multiple things. Halloween, Thanksgiving, the Christmas is coming. All the buying winter clothes because winter's coming.
And at work usually, the fiscal end of the year is coming in for a lot of offices this year, right now, right?
So all of these things happen in the fall. You don't have this happening in the summer. You don't have this happening in January.
Like a cocktail.
In January, you're like, well, it's freezing. We're staying indoors. Not much happening right now. I have time to focus on myself, because that's when we all, start doing our weight loss in January. That's what we all do. Fall is one of the hardest times of the year. And so if all you can do for 105 days is maintain where you're at now, and you're creating yourself a space of positivity, you're loving yourself every day, you're saying you're showing up for yourself, and then all you end up in January is, you know what, I'm ready to kick the ground running January 1st or 5th, because that's when we're starting to kickstart winter, then that's amazing, because that's what we want to be here for. Yeah. That's why we changed Kickstart to be 365 days a year. That's why we changed the way we're doing this now. And we created a network. What we both loved is for the last 2 months, we've been gone.
Yeah.
We haven't been around much. Like,
Nope.
we haven't been able to post every day our meals.
Nope.
We've not been able to do what we wanted to do. We're just too busy. But you guys were. You guys were helping each other out. We saw it. People commenting on the dashboard, liking other people's comments on Facebook. Or you guys spoke to each other. You support each other. You showed up at Tuesday guest nights. You guys showed up. And that's what matters, because if you keep showing up every day for yourself, even if we're not here, as long as you have a support system, then we've done what we needed to do.
Guess what? If you show up for yourself, you're doing one of the parts. You are taking that pause and setting some intentions, because you're sitting here listening. You're catching yourself before you get into that moment of self-sabotage. And that's all we're asking you to do, is catch yourself. As soon as you have that moment, catch yourself and say, wait a minute here. Let me change my story, because I'm not going to be my own saboteur today. Name her or name it. I don't want to say it's a her, because it could be a him. Your saboteur could be a him. It could be a they. It could be an animal if you wanted to name it Beanie. I don't know. But name it and say, no, not today, saboteur. Not today. I'm not letting you. I'm not letting you in today. I've done too much already not to keep going.
And if you need help catching up on your trackers, if you're someone sitting out there, you know what, I haven't tracked the whole time, reach out to me.
Yeah.
I've created now ways to help people catch up. People, new joiners that have been joining Kickstart later, I've been backfilling their trackers for them. So if you've been missing for the last month and a half, and you know you're ready to kick your ground running, I can backfill at least half the dates before, so you can kickstart starting today and start tracking going forward. Okay, so we're here to help you guys. We're not going to sit back and be like, oh my God, I can't believe you didn't submit your track. No, if you really want to start focusing and you've not been able to do anything so far and you want to start up, send us an email. Send us a contact us saying, hey guys, you know what? I've not been tracking since the beginning. I really want to focus right now. Can you guys catch me up on my tracker? And I'll say yes. You guys reach out to me. I will go and put in all the missing dates for you. And then starting today, you'll have to start tracking regularly to get your diamond status going forward. But we're here to help you guys. We're not going to say, no, I'm not going to help you guys. Screw that. But that's not what we're here for. So if you need help with that, like I said, that's not what I do. That's not what I do.
He doesn't.
So if you need help with that, like I said, just go to the contact us page, send us a message saying you need that help, and then we'll fill in the dates, and then we can get you started going, starting tomorrow. On that note, a few sessions tonight.
Yes,
I think we're done with this, right?
Yes,
Unless you want to.
Nope, that's for later.
Okay, yeah, because we'll do that after we close the Zoom room. So a few announcements for the week. So on Tuesday, we have Adrienne Everix coming to do a presentation. She's a 76-year-old women entrepreneur. She is a weight loss and life coach. She's passionate about helping people transform their relationship with food, teaching that lasting change comes through mindset and habit shifts. Adrienne lives what she teaches and loves sharing practical strategies for thriving at any age.
Love it.
So she's coming on Tuesday, and her session is called Aging Better.
Ooh.
Then on Thursday, we're in the kitchen finally.
Superhero sandwich.
Yeah, we're just making a superhero club.
We should wear superhero t-shirts.
That will work great. Yeah. And it's Halloween, so we can wear costumes every week. Yeah, we're cooking in the Halloween time.
Perfect.
And then on Sunday, next Sunday, we are going to be back. We're actually having another Sunday chat next week. We're going to be around a bit more now. We're bears. Winter's coming. We tend to stay home when there's snow out. We hibernate. We tell our friends you won't see us for a few months.
Oh, you'll see us.
You'll see us.
As long as there's a fireplace and it's warm.
So that's all that's happening this week. So we're glad to be back. As you guys can hear, I'm sounding a lot better. I want to thank everyone for all the patience. It was one problem after the other in my body. So I feel good now. I'm ready for step. I'm so ready. I'm so excited to do step again. It's like I can't even control it.
Lynn just gave us a whole bunch of bear emojis.
It's Halloween, so we can do the Halloween playlist.
Yeah, we could definitely do the Halloween playlist.
It's exciting.
We have two of them, I think.
I know.
Yeah.
Okay, so we'll end the live feed. We'll see some of you on Zoom. So those of you in Zoom, stick around. We're going to talk to you guys shortly. And everybody else, thanks for joining us, and we'll see you around.
Good night, everybody. See you in the morning.